Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Magic and Miracles, where you learn how to be the magician of your life. My name is Anna, and I'm your most favorite manifestation coach under the sun. Reason why there's no such coaching program like my coaching program, and nobody spends as much time with and on their clients like I do. True story. 2 to 3 times per week, I spend time with you. If you're in my coaching, the information is below. I recommend 2 to 3 months in coaching with me because I'm very thorough in my coaching. I start with your history. We go into processing the past programming through certain exercises. I always custom make the program for each individual in my coaching. More or less, it's the same agenda, but depending on the person, I customize it, like I say. And then and only then do I teach you how to manifest. And I certainly can teach you a lot of things, but only once we cleanse your palate, so to speak. Okay, so there's a regular package, and a deluxe one offers you 3 mandatory sessions, and then the maximum hand holding of text messages and emails in between. You do need to subscribe to my educational audios, in which I cover a lot of things I do not cover on my channel anymore. That's available on my website as well as the new addition to my website is the video school. Covers my coaching in videos, very helpful, very educational. If you cannot come into my coaching for whatever reason, you need to get it. I already started recording it, so I will send 3 audios a week to you. So let's just say Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So that you can digest it, do the exercises in the videos, etc. Essentially, it goes through my coaching program without you being able to interact with me. The audios I would get regardless whether you are in coaching with me or not. They're truly helpful, and it's basically like a really instructive audiobook with a lot of depth and a lot of information. And some of this information I only share in coaching with me. So the reason I'm recording, this is an addendum to today's live, which, by the way, thank you very much, everybody, for showing up. Thank you to Bashir. Thank you to Kat V. Thank you very much, Kat V. Thank you to everybody for the questions. Sasha B. Lista, of course. Who else am I forgetting? Aphrodite. If I'm forgetting somebody, please forgive me. So and here's what I wanted to say about the negative thoughts, okay? Because I was thinking about it, and here I am after my meetings. Yes, sometimes I finish this late. It isn't that you're trying to avoid negative feelings or negative thoughts. See, I have a very humanistic approach in coaching. I do not expect you to be superhuman. Okay, just because I teach you to be a magician of your life in my coaching, and again, all the plethora of audios that I've created before I went subscription based only, I did not expect people to be superhuman. I am very well aware what it's like to be on the other side of the experience of not knowing your power. And for the majority, okay, of me going through this self-rediscovery when I was like 28, 29, my frustration with coaches and teachers and writers and speakers was always that they expected you to just get it, okay? To just get it and be happy and be positive all the time. And I'm like, today and then, to that I say, it's fucking impossible. Why put so much pressure on yourself? So it isn't that you need to escape the negative emotions, the negative feelings, the negative thoughts. It's that you need to understand that that is not the truth of the situation. Okay, so let me explain, because I was thinking about it and I'm like, I don't think like I did a very good job explaining it right there and then in the live, because whatever, I had a lot of things in my head, and usually like when I kind of like think about it, I have more thoughts to offer. It isn't that you're trying to avoid things that are negative. You are a human being. You will be confronted with negative thoughts, with negative emotions and feelings. We should really normalize the things that are negative and not be so scared of them, not give them so much power. Okay. And the truth of the situation, and this is what I really want to say, is that if underneath it all, whether through my coaching, ideally, or through the audios or through the videos, or however, I convey to you that essentially you always have the power. And so the negative thoughts do not hold the power. You give them the power. Okay. It's like a bunch of bullies, right, can confront you, and you will, completely surrender to that shit and be like, okay, take over my life. Or you can say, you're a bunch of fucking bullies. You hold no truth. I know I'm a beautiful person. I know I'm a valuable person. I know that I am made of gold. I'm the golden Buddha. I know that, I can stand my ground. Now, of course, all of these statements are based on the assumption that you are a very kind, well-meaning person. Okay, because a couple of times in my coaching, not for nothing, I already mentioned this on my channel, a couple of narcissists came into my coaching. I already discussed this, under the impression that I teach narcissism, essentially. Okay, that I teach that it doesn't really matter how you treat other people. You can just do whatever the fuck you want. No, that is not what I'm saying. At all, at all, at all. What I'm saying is that you can live a happy life and have whatever the fuck you want if you're a benevolent person. And parenthesis here, if you're not a benevolent person, you will have a really hard time manifesting, right? Because the energy just doesn't fly. Just like if you have a lot of resentment towards somebody, if you have a lot of anger towards them, excuse me, if you have a lot of like hang-ups around money, that, only evil people have it and this kind of bullshit, you will not be able to be successful. So it's the energy, okay, that surrounds you with the energy that you create your situation. But here's the thing about negative thoughts, okay? It's actually when you treat everything as education, excuse me, you will achieve huge results. Huge. Okay, I do this in my coaching like every single day. It's very useful to examine your negative thoughts because they hold information about things that you essentially bought into, you allowed to dominate you. You gave some kind of an agreement for them to be there. Okay, there's no question about it, whether consciously or unconsciously. But since you are an adult right now and you're listening to this and you're choosing, okay, to create a new future for yourself, okay, a new results, etc., you can start questioning these negative thoughts very kind of like nonchalantly, like, why are you here? Why am I thinking you? Do you really serve me? No, you don't. Automatic answer is no, because it's a negative thought and it contains some kind of, again, boogie monster bully trying to convince you some shit that isn't fucking true. Okay, I can tell you many examples in my life, for example, that even my exes, okay, true story, like a couple of my exes literally were jealous of my success and they couldn't fucking stand it. Well, at the time they weren't exes, but this is why I left them. They couldn't stand that all of a sudden I started growing and, financially speaking, in terms of career, etc., etc. I had ambition, la la la, and we stopped getting along. Okay, in the same manner, when you start taking inventory of what's what and where you're going and how you want to do things, etc., be prepared for your negative beliefs to put up a fight, for the bullies to start confronting you. It's a system that fights for its survival, right? So just like a bully or a jealous person fights you because you remind them of how much they're not accomplishing and how much of a shit show they really are, it's the same fucking bullshit. Okay, I'm just being straight with you here. So treat it as a person and be like, listen, you're done. Your performance is over here. Okay, but education wise, you can take notes and understand, oh, this is coming from my father. This is coming from my mother. This is coming from so and so and dabba dooba doo. None of this is truly mine. So I might as well give people back their bullshit. This is what my audio is all about. It's on my channel. You can find it. Give people back their bullshit. Truly. It means several things. It means give people back their beliefs, give people back their bad energy, give people back this nonsense that they did to you, and you're still carrying that heavy load, okay? But that's, a long discussion. And again, it isn't like, I'm not saying here, I'm not advertising that you come into my coaching and I will transform you in this perfect human being that will never get angry again and will never have a problem again and will never have negative thoughts. But you being able to handle that shit, okay, and turn it around however you please, that's a different story. And that's what you really have to get accustomed to do on any given day with any given thought, for it not to turn into things like anxiety and things, or new acquired negative beliefs or fears, etc., etc. When you truly know that underneath it all you're so in control that you will allowed this negative fear or emotion to kind of like stick around, and you did not push them out of your life, then you understand that it's very well within your power to do so. It's a little bit like, let's just say, a toxic person who's hypnotized you to think that you have no power and you're this little miserable person. It's never been true. They just get off on this freak show control situation to, suppress your power. But the power is there. This is why it's happening in the case of a person or in the case of a belief. Okay, so I'm not saying that this is something, that you need to, I'm not saying that there's no work to be done. There is. And it usually has to do with your beliefs. But the way that you arrive at this juncture of being able to change the thoughts on a dime and question them and stand up to them and do all this very effectively in the shortest period of time, even if the feeling is fear, intimidation, some kind of dread and this and that, you can turn that around in minutes, right? Provided you understand, first of all, what your belief system is made of, right? The kinds of demons that you used to have and maybe the remnants of them. Always know your demons. Everybody has them. Okay, I've gotten to know my demons through my self-work. That was truly important to me. And I, one by one, got rid of them, all of them. Okay, every now and again, something, reminds me of the situations that I used to go through. And actually today, which is what I mean by education, I'm so fucking grateful that those situations had a place in my life, even though they were really painful in some moments, because I've learned so much. I grew so much from that shit. And I completely am a different person today because I know how to handle that shit today. And that's the entire difference, because at some point, the manifestation, here's the deal. The manifestation is not that it's hard to manifest, because Lista was asking effortless manifestation and this and that. If you want to create a life of really easy manifesting, you're already manifesting, but manifesting the things that you really want in an easy way, get to know yourself. Okay, know thyself. Know your demons, know your power, know all that shit. And if the negative shit comes up, whether that's in the form of thoughts, feelings, emotions, labadubadu, good. Welcome it. Don't run from it, okay? Don't put your head in the sand like an ostrich. Welcome them and tell them, tell me more. Tell me more about you. Who are you? Where are you coming from? Blah, 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 blah. And start really taking inventory. All of this is good information because guess what? It will help you eliminate the shit that doesn't belong in your life so that you can come to the point where, yes, instant manifestation is possible of the miracles that you seek, okay? Overnight change is possible because you have everything on the table. And now that you've handled all that stuff, and this is why, again, coaching is really powerful because you've once and for all created the space, okay, provided I resonate with you and you really resonate with my direct approach, okay? I never disrespected anybody in my coaching, but I am very direct. I will tell you the truth. And, a couple of times there have been people who weren't able to handle the truth and weren't really looking for the truth. They were just looking for like a quick fix. This is not what it's about. If you're going to continue looking for a quick fix, you will continue looking for a quick fix forever. Why? Because it doesn't fucking exist. Okay, simple like that. If you really are here to master manifestation and really learn what manifestation really represents in your life, it literally represents what you've got on the inside. And when you have that shut down, when you understand who you are, what you're made of, what ideas, what strength, what weaknesses that you need to work on, then it becomes automatic and then it's easy as pie. Okay. And don't look for the answers in your SPs. I know it's a contradiction, may seem that way, although it really isn't if you listen to my work on my channel. Don't look for it in your SP. Don't look for it in anybody. Look for it in yourself. Okay, because all that the SP is a representation of is what you've got going on inside, nothing else. It's a really good mirror, is really what it is. And a lot of the clients that come into my coaching are prompted exactly because of this, to seek help and to go into coaching. And, for that, really, you should thank your SPs, like profusely and profoundly, because of course you can get any fucking SP. That's just a side dish. But what really is happening is a much bigger picture here. You're learning how to really become somebody who manifests effortlessly. You're learning how to become an authentic version of you. You're learning how to become a person who never again questions their value and never again doubts themselves. And that, to me, honestly, is way more valuable than any fucking SP under the sun. Okay, yes, even Brad Pitt. Sorry. He's kind of cute, you have to admit it. In other words, if I were you, okay, in your position where you're hurting right now and you're looking for a way to manifest your SP, leave that on the side and come into coaching with me, and I'll explain to you how that should never be your priority, because it will happen automatically once you figure yourself out, and you will thank me later profusely, and you will understand what I mean, because you cannot start manifesting things with your SP or with anything without getting a hold of what's going on the inside, the kinds of wounds that are still unhealed, the things that your SP has nothing to do with, absolutely zero, because it's your creation to begin with. So instead of worrying about the aftermath of what you've got going on inside, worry about what you have going on inside. And then you don't have to worry about anything, quite frankly. You can ignore the 3D for all you care, because all you need to consult with is yourself. how you feel, the kind of energy that comes out of you on a daily basis, in all honesty, okay? There's no need to lie because whatever, it's a waste of time. And then, quite frankly, like I said, SP my fucking ass. You will be completely an effortless manifester. And then you will understand what I really mean, that it isn't about another person. It isn't about even a sum of money. It's about you finally clicking it into your mind like, oh, this is all my power over here. This is how much power I have that I can manifest this shit show. And so just as I can manifest a shit show, I can use my power in the opposite direction once I understand, okay, how to really use my power in that direction. And again, for that, your palette needs to be cleansed and reconfigured so that you have a different kind of energy streaming into the quantum field and coming back from the quantum field with different experiences. Until then, honestly, again, really grateful that you're on my channel, etc., etc. But the truth is the truth. The investigation of your psyche, of your mind, of what kinds of ideas you're still holding on needs to take place. And then you're not afraid of negative thoughts because you know how to handle them. You're not afraid of negative feelings because you know how to handle them. You're not afraid that your SP will leave, okay, because you know it's all about you. If you can, make them disappear, you can make them reappear and all that jazz. You're not scared of anything, in other words, okay, because you know what you're doing inside your mind. And then it all kind of serves your purpose. If you fuck shit up, you can unfuck it. Okay, you can unfuck shit up, basically recreate it over and over again. Okay, even as long as you know how to do it, as long as it clicks with you that you're doing it all. And there's no wrong way of doing it, as long as you finally understand how to maneuver it. Okay, and that's what I teach in coaching all day long, in my audios, and and one-on-one in coaching. Thank you so much for listening. Until next time. Ciao, ciao.